My name is Emily Carter, and I never thought I would share this story with the world. But after what I experienced in the moments I left this life, I realized I couldn't stay silent. What I witnessed was a warning that everyone needs to hear, especially in these turbulent times. That day, November 15th, 2023, I was driving home after picking up my son from preschool. It was lightly raining, and the roads were slippery. Everything was normal until a truck came speeding toward me from the opposite direction. In an instant, I felt everything around me come to a halt. I couldn't feel the impact or any pain. Everything was just silence. According to the doctors, my heart stopped for 8 minutes and 14 seconds. But in that time, I had an experience that felt like hours. Right after the crash, I felt myself leaving my body. I could see my car, mangled from the collision, and the paramedics trying desperately to save me and my son. But instead of fear, I felt an extraordinary peace. I noticed a light gradually surrounding me. This light was not only radiant, but also alive, as if it was embracing me with absolute love and protection. I was drawn toward it without resistance. Then I heard a voice, strong yet full of love. "Emily, I have been waiting for you." I didn't need to ask who was speaking. It was Jesus. As soon as I heard his voice, I felt all my worries and all the pain in my life dissolve. I wept, not out of fear, but because I felt a love I had never known before. When the light softened, I found myself standing before Jesus. He didn't resemble any image I had ever seen, indescribable in words. His eyes were filled with love and understanding, as if he saw all my flaws and pains yet loved me as I was. "I have brought you here for a purpose," he said. "What you are about to see must be shared. Many are asleep and time is running out." I felt my heart ache as I witnessed people gradually losing their freedom without realizing it. Jesus said, "Watch and pray so that you will not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak." Matthew 26:41. His words echoed as the vision unfolded before me. I saw myself standing in a bustling city, not unlike our present world, but with strange differences. People no longer used phones or credit cards. Instead, they simply raised their hands or looked into devices to complete transactions. I saw a man walk into a coffee shop and scan his wrist to pay. A small light glowed under his skin with each interaction. I asked Jesus, "Is this the mark of the beast?" He replied, "Not yet, but this is the beginning. Observe how the deception unfolds." The scenes changed rapidly, showing how this technology was introduced. At first, it appeared as a convenience to make life easier. Faster payments, easier access to medical records, better protection for children. Even churches embraced it for donations, event registrations, and digital Bible access. Jesus explained, "The enemy will not force it outright. He will gradually introduce things that seem harmless, even beneficial. But take note, what begins as a choice will soon become a necessity." I saw parents eagerly implanting devices in their children, believing it was for their safety. I saw hospitals using the technology for diagnosis and treatment, and many praised it as a medical miracle. Then I saw something more troubling. Those who accepted the technology began to change. They became less emotional, less spiritually aware. They still prayed, but their prayers were mechanical, disconnected from God. Jesus said, "The mark of the beast is not just about commerce. It changes the spiritual nature of a person, distorting the image of God within them. Those who accept it will lose their ability to perceive truth and my light." I saw people who had once been devout believers becoming distant from God. They no longer felt His presence. They still spoke of Him, but their hearts had grown hardened. I recalled Jesus' words, "Blessed are those who are persecuted because of righteousness, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." Matthew 5:10. In the vision, I saw a small community refusing the technology, living together, growing their own food, and sharing scarce resources. While the outside world was chaotic, God's peace radiated within them, like a brilliant light in the darkness. They faced many hardships. They couldn't buy food, lost their jobs, and were ostracized by society. But their light shone brightly. God protected them in miraculous ways. Food was multiplied, illnesses were healed, and their community grew stronger. Jesus urged me, "Tell them that preparation begins now." They must learn to discern my voice amidst the chaos. They must hold firmly to my word, so they are not deceived. Suddenly I felt a strong pull. Jesus said, "It is time for you to return. Share what you have seen. Let those who have ears hear." I opened my eyes to find myself in the emergency room, surrounded by my family. The doctors were astonished at my quick recovery, but I knew it was a miracle. I deeply felt Jesus' words, "Hold on to what you have, so that no one will take your crown." Revelation 3:11. These words drive me to share my story and help others recognize the importance of staying faithful. Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. John 8:32. I am not against technology, but I am cautious of anything that directly affects the body and mind. Jesus showed me that deception will come disguised as something good, but its consequences are eternal. Take time to study God's Word, pray, and build a strong relationship with Him now. Remember, Jesus said, "I have overcome the world." In every deception, God remains greater. Trust in Him.